Well, we're celebrating Earth Day today, and Christians in some ages have not cared for the earth as part of God's creation, believing with some of our forebears that to do so really was to overly sacralize the rest of creation. Christians, however, believe that the resurrection had impact on all of creation. And as we're going to hear in Eucharistic Prayer D, that affirmation is reiterated there. The resurrection made a difference not just to human beings, but for all of creation. Earth Day is a remarkable time to remember that. And the way this gospel starts, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you." That's a reminder that it's our task to, by our deeds, as the collect says, make that evident in the world. Make the peace of Christ evident in how we deal with not just other people, but all of creation. And behind that word for peace lies that great dream of Isaiah and the other prophets for a world of justice and peace. And it's on days like today that I wish we had children in this community. Because I think they would tell us a great deal about how to care for the earth. And I simply looked around and thought about some of the things that they might remind us of. You all know what these are. Deeds. Use wisely. A couple of other things in here. My daughter sent me an email this morning from the United Arab Emirates, and she said, "Oh, I just remembered it's Earth Day." She got an email from a friend of hers telling her about something new called cleanskies.tv. Internet television that talks about the earth, caring for the earth, and clean energy. So go and investigate. Earth Day Network. Sign the Earth Day Network pulpit pledge. Agree to preach at least once in the coming year about caring for creation. And I will leave this here if anyone wishes to investigate. Cleanskies.tv. What else might the younger members of us remind us about? You know what these are? Change at least one, and then change another, and another, and another. What else? I was in the Diocese of Olympia recently, and this is from seattlecan.org. It's about reducing carbon. Seattle Climate Action Now. Turn the thermostat down, weather seal windows, turn the water heater down to 120 degrees. Turn off and unplug your computers. How many people turn your everything off when you go home at night from here? Change at least 5 of those light bulbs.
Yep.
Put water from the tap in here. Handkerchiefs, napkins, and the children here would tell us cloth diapers for their little brothers and sisters. This is from Utah Power and Light. Again, it's about electrical conservation, and they not only provide a napkin, but a spork. A reminder that we don't have to use those disposable plastic things that people give us. Carry one with you. You can lick it off first and then wash it. I would guess that almost everybody in this room got here this morning on public transportation of some sort or other. That's not as possible in other parts of the country. Somebody asked me when I was in Seattle about new lanes that were being built. They call them Lexus lanes. You know, pay extra and drive fast. And I said, well, maybe that makes sense, but only if part of the proceeds are going to providing more of this, more public transportation. I think the kids here would remind us about eating locally. Those of you who get out the door on Wednesdays may know that there's a farmer's market a block and a half away, the Turtle Bay Farmer's Market. I think it's there almost every Wednesday of the year. This is from Schilling Apiaries. Gary Schilling lives in New Jersey and brought me honey. I've been amazed at how often when I travel around the church, people in different dioceses want to share with me some of the best of their local produce. Sometimes it's wine. Sometimes it's olive oil. Sometimes it's chocolate. Sometimes it's honey, things like that. You know what this is. Carry it to the grocery store. This one came from the Hope Conference, Healing Our Planet Earth. It was held in Seattle weekend before last, I think. Primary message of that conference was something called the Genesis Covenant. The Genesis Covenant challenges all the faith communities in this country, and I would hope around the world, to reduce their carbon output by 50% within 10 years. And I know we're going to see a resolution about this at General Convention. How can we reduce the carbon output of this building, and how can we participate in reducing the carbon output of the buildings in which you and I worship on Sundays or elsewhere? That's a major challenge. It's a prophetic act. And as I pointed out to people, we could do it almost instantaneously if we shared a building with another congregation. You know, most buildings, unlike this one, that are used for church purposes, sit empty most of the time. How can we use that blessing that we've been given for the benefit of the larger community the other 6 days and 12 hours, 18 hours of Sunday? A challenge, but I think a very, very important one. So I think the children who were not with us, whom we wish were here, would say, go and do likewise. Learn from your neighbors, learn all you can, challenge each other. It's much easier to bear this challenge of change in community when we have somebody to hold us accountable. I know that's why Weight Watchers works, that's why 12-step groups, that's why small Christian cell groups work. People share their challenges and joys in one place and are encouraged, comforted in the root senses of those words, to be transforming agents, not just of their own lives, but of the communities around them. You and I share that vocation. Be green.